Prepare for a fusion of knowledge and exhilaration where education and excitement collide.
Taking you on an adventure that expands your mind and speaks to your spirit.
I'm Master Nick.
I'm Lady D.
We are the Dom Life.
This podcast contains sexually explicit topics and adult content.
It is intended for listeners 18 and older.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are ours alone, based on our personal thoughts, feelings, and experiences.
We understand that others may have different opinions and experiences, and we respect that. We would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us at www.thedomlife.com. Well, hello again, everybody, and hello, Lady D.
Hi, Master Nick.
It's been a while since we've sat here and done a podcast together.
That's because we've had some of you alone and some of me alone.
That's right. So yours and Zora's submissive stories, both episodes are out on that, and then we're
going to have this one.
We'll have this one, and then Sir Dante and myself, we're doing Dom discussions.
Submissive stories was way better.
Yeah, you just wait.
We haven't even seen it.
Because you hadn't seen Dom discussions. But for you at home, listening, at work, wherever you're at, be on the lookout for that. I believe it's going to be a couple of really good episodes. So
yours was.
Y'all's was very good episodes. I was able to get several little clips out of it. But before we begin this podcast, let's just do a quick little update about some Dom Life improvements that we have done. Definitely want to give a huge shout out to Jess.
Yay!
She has officially started helping us probably about 2 weeks ago. She is taking care of all of our marketing and doing all of our social media posts. So hopefully you've seen some of our posts. If you haven't, make sure and go find us.
Yes.
We are the Dom Life on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube. We're a little bit everywhere. Even got Snapchat. Still trying to figure out how to work that. But Jess came on board with us. She's put in a tremendous amount of work and a lot of effort and a lot of late nights.
Just to get stuff out there. Yep. We don't have the time, and she is got the skills.
Yep. So she's doing a lot of the posting. We're trying to remember to do films, giving it to her. But be on the lookout for those, and give us a like, give us a follow, give us a comment, help us grow our social media. We're in a very, very low following stage right now.
Yeah, well, we're building it, and it's always been for us. It's a passion and a love, and so whether we have one follower or thousands, we are happy.
We are still wanting to do this for the right reasons. The educational side of it, give everybody a different perspective, a different point of view. Hopefully, guide you in the right direction. For when you're wanting to get into BDSM, whether you're a dominant or submissive, or whether you just want to do sensation or just power exchange every so often. We hope we give you the guiding light with that. Also, I want to give another big shout out to Jeremy. Now, Jeremy found us through the club.
Yes.
He heard about us through Club Tempted. He reached out to us, wanted to meet up, wanted to talk. He is interested in being a Dom. He has the dominant tendencies. He's wanting to make sure and take the right path to make sure he's a good Dom. We have met up with him several times.
Yes.
And he came by recently, helped us get set up on Google, get our business page out there. We are going to have more products coming soon.
Oh, gosh, I've been in a designing phase.
Yep. So, Jeremy, thank you. We greatly appreciate your help.
Yay.
He is probably our biggest pusher and supporter of trying to get things out there. So we greatly appreciate your help. And like I just mentioned, we are working on merchandise.
Yes.
Lady D has been very busy designing shirts.
I've been talking to all the subs, and you've been talking to all the Doms, and we're coming up with ideas for some gear and some.
We will have merchandise soon. Cups, mugs, T-shirts, backpacks, purses. There's going to be a little bit of everything. And then I've got a special little product that I'm working with a guy. As soon as we get more information and more details on that, I'll be bringing that out to you.
Yes.
So to talk about some of the things that we've done for the Dom Life podcast. We have recently updated our cameras. So hopefully for those of you that are watching on YouTube, it is a better viewing experience for you.
I enjoy it so much more. I felt like the other camera was basically on top of me and it bothered me. So now, yay, you can see me in all
your glory.
In all my glory.
Yep. So we did do that. We are continue finding content within the BDSM community.
Yep. We veer into other topics sometimes. Like we've just done a few interviews that may not be directly linked to BDSM, but it is within the kink side of things. And strangely, we found out they were into BDSM. So it was fun to get that experience.
And we'll have those interviews out shortly.
We have new lighting. You can't see it because it's lighting. And so it's lighting me up. I just want you to know they're ginormous. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it big.
That's right. And then also the last thing we want to talk about, we are continuing looking for individuals locally who are available to be on our podcast so that we can interview them on any BDSM experience, lifestyle, kink, fetishes. So if you are local to the Louisville area,
right,
and you have something that we haven't talked about yet that you think is a perfect topic, feel free to reach out to us.
We are constantly trying to grow ourselves because we're not the experts.
We are not. And everything we do is based on our experience, our opinions, and our perspective. So we are always looking to gain more knowledge and a different perspective from others. So if you are local, let us know. All right. So let's get into today's topic. Now, in case you didn't see on social media, Lady D and myself, we attended. It was a 3-day event. It was AFK.
Afraid Not.
AFK stands for afraid not afraid, afraid not, like in rope. And they did a self-tying summit. It was the first ever 3-day event that they done. We was fortunate enough to get tickets. We attended 2 of those days. We couldn't go the 3rd day due to already having an interview scheduled. For another great episode that's going to be coming out soon. But we did have some people in our inner circle. We had Lilith and Mika who did attend Sunday, and we have them scheduled to do an interview with them, and then they're going to help us talk about what classes were learned, what they taught, the different knots and stuff. So that will be coming in a future episode. Today's episode, we want to talk about the performers and the performances that were done Friday night and Saturday night.
Oh my gosh, they were so awesome, Master Nick. I feel so blessed that I got to attend and watch others do something that they love doing. And this was self-tying summit. So this wasn't, somebody else tying off.
Correct.
This was, the performances were all self-tying and amazing.
They were great. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say that I was so amazed and so blown away at the way they tied the knots, the way they suspended themselves. I did not take good notes. So I am going strictly off of memory, and I have a hard time remembering what I eat for lunch yesterday. So my memory isn't the greatest.
I love you.
But Lady D did occasionally take notes for these performances.
And we've reached out to the performers because one of the things we wanted to make sure is that we were able to speak about them and that we gather some information from them.
Yes. So we did talk to each one of them. We did get consent. We can use their names. We've got their bios that was read off for their performances. We'll have that here as well. And then also on our website, we will have pictures of each individual one. Some is from the performance night, the demos that they done, and some others are just personal pictures that they have sent using rope.
Yay, you get to see all the performers.
Yep. So you get to see it.
Sadly, you didn't get to see the performance.
Yeah, you didn't get to see it live. Now you get to vision it through our eyes, which may or may not be the best, but we're going to give it the best shot. But I want to start off by saying to all 5 performers, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
That was absolutely amazing. We have talked about before how we done the Dom's Dungeon, a submissive sanctuary where there was 4 dominants at one time using their implements. And it is amazing the same way it is with rope. There was 5 performers. They self-tied and they suspended, and every one of them was completely different. Every one of them was completely unique. Every one of them showed the personality of each performer in its own separate way. I could watch 20 more do it.
It was truly that great. Yes. These are people that go from first performance to
career
performing for a career, going out and teaching rope and doing performances. So you've got a large gamut of experience.
Yes.
And every single performance had us in awe, watching it and enjoying it. And that's why we want to share it on the Dom Life.
Yep. So let's get into night 1. Night 1 was Friday night. They did have 3 performances
on the Friday first night. That is correct.
And then they had an open dungeon afterwards. So we got there
early.
Early.
We always get there.
We try to always get there early. It's a different place. We'd never been there before. Didn't know where parking was. Didn't know where the building was. Didn't know how the seating was going to be. So yes, I wanted to get there early. Make sure we're there. Get ourselves set up and prepared, and not miss anything. So we walked into the L&K Den, which is where this was held at in Louisville. They had the chairs set up in the middle. They had rigs lined up on both sides of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But for the performances, they had 2 separate rigs, one complete metal and one made out of wood. That was where the performances were going to take place. They kind of
had them pre-set up a little bit too, because they didn't want a lot of downtime between the performances.
Right. And each performance lasted at least 20. Some went 25, and maybe 1 or 2 of them went 30. But between 20 and 30 minutes,
I would agree,
was this performances. And granted, when they came out to perform, they had no rope on them.
Right. That is correct.
From start to finish, they done the rope, they done the harnesses, they done the leg ties, they suspended themselves, they done acrobatic tricks, and they done all of that in 20 to 30 minutes.
Yes.
And it was, again, fucking phenomenal.
So you're not talking a large period of downtime. Like, they're tying their harnesses, but they're tying them fast.
Yep.
I would not be fast, we've learned. So the first performer,
Snap Ginger.
And
she is the one responsible for putting all of this together, by the way. So not only did she perform and teach a class, she was responsible for planning, for finding the performers, for finding the people to do the classes, to provide the space there at L&K Den. So Snap Ginger, not only did you do a great performance, you've done a fantastic job with the whole event in general. At the end, we did find out there was some mistakes and there was some flaws. But as a bystander who was there, had you not mentioned the mistakes that happened, we would never have known it.
Right.
It was a great. So, yes, sorry about that. I just wanted to give Snap Ginger a special shout out.
Absolutely.
Because she always does a great job with her events. So,
yes.
Go ahead. Snap Ginger, first performer.
So her bio that was provided for the episode was that Snap Ginger, she, her, are her pronouns, is a feisty good girl, pain slut, and rope enthusiast. When she's not meeting new people, being bossed around, or off on a tangent about the validity of self-tying, you'll likely find her playing for catharsis and headspace. Snap Ginger started exploring rope as a bottom before accidentally discovering her niche as a self-suspender. Now, she also tops rope. She loves sharing her experiences from all her roles for a holistic approach to rope. Over the last several years, Snap Ginger has been presenting at and, more recently, organizing events in venues ranging from private homes to large city dungeons to the occasional kink convention. Though rooted in Kentucky, she has been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to engage in kink communities throughout the Midwest and Southeast regions, as well as virtually via many different organizations. Man, that word just gets me, huh?
Yeah, well, you had a lot of words in there that I didn't even know how to pronounce. So I think you've done a wonderful job. I'm going to give you a hand. Good
yay!
job.
So that was the bio provided by her for the actual event.
Yep.
And we wanted to read it all over because we thought it was important. And you can find her she's on FetLife/Snapped, SNAPPED Ginger.
Yep.
So strangely enough, there are other Snap Gingers as well.
Yes.
Their name is a little bit different, but she has a great way of letting you know that she has already been snapped.
She's already snapped. There's no coming back. She has a whole, it is, I don't even,
sadly,
I think she done it when we interviewed her. I think we had her to do that, but yeah, she's got it down.
So she has been on our podcast before.
Yes, she has. And she has not only been on our podcast, she helped us with a Swinger Society takeover at Club Tempted when we done the 3-ring demo, the kinkiest show on earth. We had her, was lucky enough to have her come and do a rope suspension during the demo. But she started her night off Friday night. She began kneeling, which is the way a lot of them will start. A lot of them will start off kneeling. And she has just the very soft, sensual, fluid movements as she's moving around and grabbing her rope. She immediately blindfolded herself.
And the gag.
And she done it, and she done a gag as well. And then with her being blindfolded, she's got all of her rope laid out in front of her. And it is so fun to watch how she'll kick her foot out and just grab. She'll feel down the line to find which rope she's looking for. Once she's
suspended, because in the beginning when she's doing it, she'll use her hands. Yep. But
that was,
that's one of the gorgeous things about what she does. Yes. And we've talked about her from 2 other performances that we got to see at this point.
Yep.
So we're very lucky and blessed.
Yes.
And on this one, she had 2 suspension points above.
Yes.
And doing it all blindfolded. Yep. I mean, you're talking the first thing she does is blindfold herself. So from the point that she puts on her
very first rope is done blindfolded. And one thing about Snap Ginger's harness that she done, it's minimal. It is very, very minimal. I think you even mentioned, was it Pain Slut is what she got. So she likes that pain. So instead of doing a big, broad harness, she had like 2 rounds of rope below her breast, 2 rounds of rope above her breast. That was her chest harness. That is what she suspended on. She loves the feel of it being tight and pulling into her body.
Yes.
And she done that, and she had some on her leg, on her waist.
Yes.
Suspended herself. She went way high up off the floor. She was a good 2 to 3 feet off of the floor while suspending. She does these 360 moves. She hangs upside down.
She's very graceful in her movements. While we can't explain minute for minute details on it, because again, we were watching it.
Yeah.
We were enjoying the show. I can explain that her movements are very long. She points her toes like a ballerina. It's very graceful movements. And she does a lot of spinning, which we don't see with everybody, where she kind of quickly 360 spins or, she does that. And it was graceful and amazing. And when you see her and meet her, I said this before, you're not thinking sexually but once she gets up there, she's so beautiful in the movements that you go,
it is sensual,
that's sensual,
erotic, sexy as fuck. And an amazing job for Snap Ginger as always. So then we'll move on to the next performer.
Yep.
Now for this weekend, the next performer was Sexy Sadie. However, she has recently changed her handle. She is now Subtext Sadie. And she provided a name update. So Sadie noted that sometimes we need to update names based on our current persona. She still plans to bring the sexiness, but as a byproduct rather than the focus. It is also matched across her platforms and feels less cringe when being announced. So if you was there for the event, Sexy Sadie,
yes,
she is now Subtext Sadie. That is what she goes by on FetLife. So from here on out, she will be Subtext Sadie. For her bio, breaking from her track record as a rope bottom, Subtext Sadie recently found an affinity for the unique challenge of self-suspension. She is eager to make up for lost time while mostly curtailing silly mistakes by taking guidance from her local community and learning all she can from rope events in neighboring states. Sadie is also a student in the aerial arts and enjoys the prospect of translating circus routines into dynamic bondage. And that is exactly what she did. Her rig, she was on the metal rig, and there was a strap that held 2 hoops.
Yes.
One hoop was probably, I don't know, 10 inches in diameter. The other hoop was approximately 3 feet in diameter, and they were hanging there together. She came out and
the one couldn't have been 10 inches because she took her body through the center one.
It was
but it was small.
It was small. It may have been a foot. You know,
she took her whole body through the center.
That's 6 inches, ain't it? I think it's.
That's.
Y'all tell me at home. Guys, help me out here. Ain't that about 6 inches?
Yes, so yes, sir. That's.
I didn't have a tape measure, but yes, one was significantly smaller than the other. She came out in her purple shiny leggings, sports bra, and had a jacket on. And then you actually followed up with her. Oh, we'll get to that here in a minute. So her main suspension point was one leg and a waist. She didn't do a full harness. She used
that. I recall. I couldn't remember.
I don't think she had a harness
because
I think
she was moving through in the rings a lot.
Yes, so I think you are right. I think it was her legs and maybe a hip. Her main suspension point. Oh yeah, she used the 2 rings and would slither her way through them,
separate them,
hang from them. It was. Yeah.
So for her, I feel like her whole performance was a little bit chaotic in the best way.
Yes.
It was because she was telling a story, and her story started with work, which is why she was in the suit coat that she took when she was upside down. She actually tied a phone an old brick phone to her face.
Yep.
And she had a computer that was also...
It was tied up in rope. She had a cup that was given to her that she used that in her scene. She actually poured like some Diet Coke or something and took a drink while it was hanging.
And she was hanging. Yep. So it was a whole story about work and breaking out of the bonds of work and becoming a rebel and doing something different.
And she incorporated a lot of her acrobatic training in this. While her leg or waist was suspended, she was using her hands to pull herself up through the rings, to maneuver herself in the rings. And a lot of strength was used in her performance to do a lot of the maneuvers that she done.
And I feel like it's a little bit different than the individuals that tied the rope, because I mean, you're still using your strength to pull your body up, but she was doing it free handed. She wasn't using anything else. Her leg was suspended, and then she would go in and out of those rings. It was crazy. It was beautiful. She did a good job of stopping and posing in different areas for a second so that you can get the full effect. That was like taking off the jacket when she was upside down, suspended. It just showed. And she tied her music. I guess it started, right? That's what it is. It started with her music.
Right.
That's how she said it came to her to do this. It seemed like, she's like, it seemed like all of my music was related to work.
Yep.
And I had so many songs related to the grind or the work.
Right. And then here it is. So after we found out she was gifted a camping mug with a carabiner handle from a family member, she decided that she would include it into her performance since it fit the theme that evening. She did an amazing job of using it within the performance to include filling it and drinking from it while suspending herself. So yes, it was a little chaotic,
but that's
to watch. Yeah, it's not a negative thing.
Right.
It was so interesting because we went from extremely sensual and erotic to hers, and it kept you on the edge of your chair going, exactly. What is she going to do now?
Exactly.
And again, totally different.
Yes.
But absolutely beautiful, executed very well, and told a wonderful story of hectic life, work life, balancing all of this while doing it suspended.
She said that she wanted to give a nod to, like the songs gave a nod to conventional rebellion. Starting with the second half, I Buy the Drugs by Electric Six. And she said, it also has this really fun lyric. Have you ever reversed roles, gave up control, stayed home and let your woman support you. Yeah, I buy the drugs. So it's just a cute, like, not cute, but it was just the transition from this whole work and everything to a different work, removing the stress from your life.
Right. The final few songs are very experimental, which she left open for interpretation. Either the narrative shifts to an altered mind state to get away from work, stress, or embraces plain silliness despite career commitments.
Yay.
Definitely treats self-suspension as a way to escape the stressors of reality, and doing rope often evokes a sense of calmness from the endorphin release and adrenaline come down, not too dissimilar from a drug.
Or from subspace.
But yes, Subtext Sadie.
Yeah, we loved it. Thank you so much.
It was amazing.
So the final performance of the night, the third and final of the day one, was Air.
Oh,
and
yes.
Air's pronouns are they, them.
Yes.
Air is a queer, disabled, NB trans, neurospicy, switchy, shenanistigator.
That is a clever word.
Magnitude. With a decade of extensive study and practice as a self-tire, rigger, and rope bottom under their belt, they've showcased their creative, precocious, and hilarious sadomasochistic style at both national and international level events. Committed to fostering inclusivity and non-judgment, Air meets folks, spells it with an X, exactly where they are, and passionately guides them on their magical kink journey with skills and contagious enthusiasm.
And they are a hoot. Air is amazing. Talking to them after the event, after the performance, having a conversation with them, they produce that great positive energy that
quirky
that I love to find.
Oh yes,
it was amazing.
Air does this whole thing where during their performance they tied a harness.
Yes,
and it was a very elaborate from shoulders to waist.
Yep.
And they did it in such a way that it was super duper duper fast.
It was like the fastest harness I've ever seen anybody do.
Especially considering how intricate it was.
It was, yes. And what I loved about their performance and how they tied their rope. They give an extra little crank on that rope when they were tying it. They wanted it like super tight. It was almost like you could see Air take a big, deep breath
I did see that.
To try to get more slack out of it. Holy fuck. That, to me, it reminded me more of a sadistic rope style. I don't know if that's what they were going for.
They were.
But I loved it. That quirkiness, that little inhale.
They interacted with the crowd during the performance as well, which was something that not everybody does because they're in their mind space.
Correct.
But apparently Air's mind space does involve crowd interaction and that kind of feedback. They said
they were also blindfolded. Air blindfolded theirself as well.
Yes.
If we forgot to mention that. They started their whole performance first thing blindfolded.
Yes, and it was interesting because there was a mistake in the performance that made the performance even better.
Yes.
Because they had thrown the rope over a bamboo that hung from the rigging.
2 straps, yep.
And it's a big round bamboo
yes.
Piece that they threw the rope over, and they were on the wrong side of the
strap.
The strap. They weren't on the inside; they were on the outside.
And it slipped.
It slipped off, and the leg came down. And because they were blindfolded, they then had to feel where it was. But they interacted with the crowd during this.
The way Air recovered from that, made a joke about that, got the crowd laughing. It was a mistake. But it was the recovery and then watching them find where they needed to be. They went too far down the bamboo, which is why the mistake happened. Fortunately, it happened as quick as it did, and they wasn't, actually suspending themselves at that time. But yes, very, very quirky. And it was funny. I can't remember what was said. But this just shows the mentality and the jokester that Air is. Somebody in the crowd had said something positive towards them. And it right off the bat, Air was like, "Thanks, Dad." And it got the crowd laughing again. And
they said something about living in your mistakes. Like that's what you want to do. You want to live in it and accept it and continue. And it changes how your outlook is. I know that we're not talking about the class, but there was one thing that they said that I want to bring up here because they mentioned cutting your rope. And everybody goes like, oh my God, I just bought all this rope. And they said, use some old rope, cut it because you need to get comfortable. And that's what this whole performance with the way that they suspended themselves.
Yes.
They tied rope around
their head.
Right.
They secured their hand to the side of their head. I mean, the rope went everywhere with Air, and it was amazing. Now, Air is from Colorado, and they do this as a living. They travel, they do demos, they do performances. They have a lot of experience under their belt doing this, and it absolutely showed during their performance.
Yes. And if you ever get a chance to see Air, you're going to want to.
Air is amazing. Huge shout out to Air. Great job on your performance. It was amazing. All right, moving on to the night 2. This was Saturday night. We had 2 performances for Saturday night.
2 performances. They were a little bit different than the first night. I think the first night they allowed us to get our feet wet with the performances.
Yep.
And the second night tended to go a little bit more erratic.
Yes.
In general.
Yes. So Red Honey Ropes from Tennessee was the first performer for Saturday night. Honey's pronouns are they, them. Honey is a Bible Belt rope switch who has been tying for 5 years. Originating in Knoxville, they are currently active in the Nashville and Chattanooga rope bondage scenes, sharing their switchy and self-tying practice. Identifying as a forever student and an occasional teacher, they have participated in continuing education and volunteering across Middle and East Tennessee since 2020. To them, self-tying is a priceless expression of self-love and an authentic celebration of the range of one's own body. Honey has a passion for accommodating non-traditional bodies and backgrounds in rope, regardless of age, size, shape, or ability. Honey has a modular, empathetic teaching style built on a passion for context and detail inspired by partnered rope. Honey built a practice around self-restriction and self-bondage to explore deep emotional vulnerability within their own experiences.
It's amazing that each of these bios truly, truly portrays how they are within their performances too.
Oh, yeah.
So not just personality, like I get it, you're writing your bio, so of course, but it truly encompasses what we witnessed in each of the performances.
Yep. And their performance that night, to me, started off a lot slower than any of the other previous performances. But Honey took exquisite time to do a beautiful harness.
Yes.
That they had taught that day in class.
Yes, they had shown the beginnings of it or a part of it, absolutely. And then they did the leg.
They did the leg.
And the leg was I had to ask because I thought it was the same. I thought it was the same tie because, again, I'm inexperienced. I'm not lying. But it was different. They said it was a different tie during the performance, but they have some very similar parts of it.
Now, for their performance, the leg was suspended the longest
and tied the whole
out of all of it.
And it was I'm going to say this, and I know you rope people are going to yell at me. I'm really sorry. It was like a frog tie where it was tied up along the.
Yep, it had the
with the bend.
Had the leg bent at the knee and had both parts of the leg tied and suspended, and that is how they kept that leg up so long throughout all this. The chest harness was a diamond harness that they done.
Yes.
And their while suspended, and the way that they manipulated their body, it looked almost like their hip was going to be like cut in half with the way that it moved and the way that it suspended.
Yes.
It was
They had
wild.
tied around their waist, and when when they were suspended by the tie, it literally looked like the waist was cut in half.
Yeah.
And this is a long, lean
Yes.
person. So you're really, it was such a big visual thing. And during the class, they talked about how long their torso is.
Right.
And so you're seeing the harness and all the parts of it because they've got this long torso.
Right.
And while suspended, they had their leg up, like you said, the entire time. I can't even imagine during it, and a lot of the weight on it.
Right.
Again, I'm not tying. I've done no suspension, so I don't know, but just the way it looked.
The way it looks.
And they tied their second leg up basically at the same time. Now you've got both legs tied.
Right. And again, the similarity between Honey and Snap Ginger. So Honey's moves were very fluid as well. Once they got themselves up and got suspended, it was a more sensual, fluid-like movements.
There was some knots that they were tying in unexpected places.
That's right. Honey did do that. Yeah.
They did some knots that were like, ooh, yep. I bet that feels good. And you could see, to me, Honey is the person that is at one with their rope.
Yes.
It sounds so weird to say it, and God, I wish I could have filmed it all and shown you all, yes. But this performance to me was my favorite.
Yes,
and the reason it was my favorite was because you could see they were fully in their own head.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't even feel like they were considering the fact that they were performing.
Right, no.
And the ties, I mean, when you're tying a knot in certain places, it's a little bit kinky and fun. And you just get sucked into this performance that I could have watched another hour of it.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. And yes, that was your favorite performance out of all of them. And then we went up and talked to Honey afterwards.
You did first, and then told me.
I went to Honey to make sure we could talk about their performance and mention them on the podcast, and told them how great their performance was. And their response was, "Thank you. This is the first time performing in front of an audience."
Right.
It blew me away.
Yes.
That it was that good. And that's your first time. So I had to come tell you, because I wanted you personally to go to Honey and tell them that was your favorite. You know, I didn't want it coming from me. I wanted it coming from you.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
I just felt really connected with the way that their rope, the way that rope speaks to them, the way they speak to rope. And to me, every performance was amazing. I'm not taking away from any of the other performances, and they were all amazing for their own reasons.
Exactly.
But this performance felt like
it spoke to you more.
It spoke to me. It was like art to me. It was an art in motion. And I just really, I loved it. And I hope that Honey, and again, it's Red Honey Ropes.
Yes.
I really hope that they continue to perform, because it was amazing.
Yes. More people need to see that.
Now,
on to the last
performance. And I loved every performance. And Dirt Queen was the last, and they are from Kentucky.
Yes, they are.
Now, pronouns are she, her.
Yep.
After discovering rope bondage in 2016, Dirt Queen began self-tying as a means to learn basic bondage skills. These initial drills slowly blossomed into a curious self-project exploring anti-escapism, eroticism, and distortion. Parallel to her rope education, Dirt Queen studied psychology and athletic training. She hopes to help the self-tire explore movement and restriction through a lens of understanding, handling of one's own body. Dirt Queen has performed as a bottom, top, and self-tire at Inner Zone, Lexington Pride, and AFK.
Yep.
Afraid not.
That's right. And Dirt Queen came out. Now I want to set the picture for this. We really didn't talk about a lot of the outfits, but I think this outfit is very important.
Yes.
Dirt Queen came out in a blouse, a very long flowing skirt. What do you call they wasn't knee highs, I guess.
Yeah, like
lace
with a ruffle
with
around
a ruffle
it.
around it and heels. And done a very sexual
So
striptease.
he says flowing, and this is because it's a man. It was actually a straight straight skirt that goes down to the ankles.
It was flowing to me.
White, beautiful, gorgeous with a pattern on it.
Yep.
Something you would wear out to a dinner event, or I mean, beautiful outfit.
But came out, done this erotic, sensual, sexy as hell.
How did it start? It was
holy fuck.
Up underneath, pull down the underwear and let him drop to the floor.
Yep.
That was the very first
thing.
turn around, look at everybody to make sure you're getting a reaction. I believe Dirt Queen has a performer in her heart because it was awesome.
Yes. And through the striptease, removed everything except the lacy, fringy, knee-high socks.
Heels came off. And I mean, I could strip like that, but it would not be graceful and beautiful. You'd be looking at me going, could you just move your hips a little bit when you do that?
It was perfect. And then she began doing her ties. She done a harness.
Yes.
She done waist and legs.
Yes.
On her ties and started suspending herself. And so the music that played along with hers, and I wished I knew more songs, but the music flowed so well with hers.
I made you do a whole bunch of
you had me to find some of the songs that played.
I had him do the Shazam or whatever it is so that you could download the music, because it was very powerful woman.
Yes.
I am strong, I am powerful type of music.
Right. And she believes the song that she walked. Well, hold on. We're going to get to that here in a minute. We're going to still talk about her performance.
Because
her performance was very sensual, very elegant.
Elegant. See, that's the right word.
Elegant.
Graceful and elegant. Like she could be at a dinner party with champagne glasses and do this performance, and you would watch it and go, oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
And it was. And to me, all right, so I think, and I've thought about this ever since, I was having a hard time picking a favorite.
Okay.
Because I loved every one of them. I'm picking Dirt Queen as my favorite performance, not just for the performance. Here's why I think Dirt Queen done so well. The way that she is so confident and comfortable in her own body.
Yes.
To be the only person in this entire room of 30 to 50 people to be completely naked.
Yes.
To be completely naked.
Well, and you're
you're tying yourself
open
to the opportunity of exposing all of your body.
Yes.
And for that to not have fazed her, she never got embarrassed. You could tell she wasn't blushing. You could tell she would make eye contact with the people in the crowd to make sure, yes, you're fucking looking at me right now.
Yes, and you should be. That's
to me,
right.
There's no way I could get in front of a crowd of people and strip naked, much less tie myself to where I'm exposed.
Right.
I cannot do that. So for her to be that confident and that comfortable, and she should be, she is a beautiful woman, and the performance was stunning.
And like I said, you kind of mentioned it, and I said it, it's the elegance. So every one of her poses were very elegant, and she stopped and posed at different points during the performance.
Yes.
So hers felt like a suspension in time, because she would stop, catch your eye. You were paying attention to each time her body hit a new pose. And everybody does pause a little bit, but she has the timing down perfect during a performance on how long to hold something for people to applause and enjoy, and then transition into the next pose. That one would be hard because you're always thinking, I got to move, I got to do something next. And she was very
fluid.
It was silent and still inside when she did it.
After the performance, she came down, she removed all the rope, and then she went back over and started putting her clothes back on.
Yes.
And I questioned it, and I wished I had Googled it in what song it was, because to me, the way that she ended it and the way she put on her clothes, that was the whole part of her story.
Yeah, you felt it enough that I reached out to her to ask her what that song was.
So she believes the song she walked away on was Glory Box by Portishead. It was slightly random what song she ended on. Actually had 2 more songs in her playlist. She picked Glory Box in the playlist because she liked its message of seeking respect and love while being very sensual. And it was. Dirt Queen, it was very sensual.
She said that, again, we ask questions because we really want to know. And she said that her true reason for putting her clothes back on was practical. She didn't want to walk off stage without her clothes and wanted to feel like it was the end of the scene with herself. And I think that was accomplished by doing it because, again, even her putting on her clothes were very graceful and fluid. And it was like, and the song played in such a way that it was like, I'm good. I am, I'm a woman.
That's the part I remember. I am a woman. There's somewheres in that song or something that was said.
Right.
And it was just as hot and sensual and sexy to watch her put her clothes back on as it did her taking them off.
Yes.
And to be able to do that.
And everybody sat and watched it quiet. It wasn't like at the end when she was putting her clothes on, everybody started moving around and whatever.
No,
we all waited until every minute was done, and then the applause and the ending.
Yes.
And so each of the performances were amazing and unique.
Oh, yeah.
And I do want to say that it was hot. It was one of the hottest weeks.
Yeah, temperature-wise, it was hot as hell outside.
And Kentucky was going through massive 101, heat indexes, 102 heat indexes during the day, and it was very hot. And so afterwards, every time you went up to one of the performers, you could just see sweat pouring off their body because this is a lot of exercise. It's work. You're lifting your body, whether you're using pulleys or not.
Right.
You're using your own strength to lift your body off the ground.
You're flipping, you're positioning your body in a certain way. Yes, a lot of work, a lot of time went into each and every one of their performances. I want to say thank you to all the performers.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching every one of them.
Every one of them. And
if I find out any of you are ever local again and doing a performance,
we'll be there.
We will be there because I would love to see every one of them again.
Yes.
I don't care if it's the same performance. I will watch the same performance again.
And then we'll tell you all the details. The thing is, we don't have recording. We don't have recording equipment here. We don't have I'm paying attention. I can't write down stuff and because then I miss parts. So there were a couple of things I typed in because I found it really interesting when I think it was Honey came down on one knee, had the knee on the floor while untying the other side, but it was still suspended.
They were using that knee to keep them balanced and keep them steady while removing everything else.
So again, they are all amazing.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you've never seen a performance from rope, you have to.
You're missing out.
You absolutely, if you can go to any performance with rope,
Yes.
you will be amazed and surprised, and then you'll be like me and buy lots of rope that you don't know how to use.
And on that note, we do have Kinktasia 2025
Yay!
coming up September.
No, don't you wish? That's my birthday. Don't forget.
Birthday
so
month.
November.
It's November.
It's November.
Kinktasia 2025 is coming up in November.
14th and 15th.
There will be rope performances. This is a 2-day event.
Yes.
Last year was only 1 day. The rope performances there were phenomenal as well, by the way. This year it is a 2-day convention. There will be rope performances there. We will post the website for L&K on our website in this podcast episode. Tickets have not yet released.
They're going to, I think, by the 14th, is when the plan is.
They're going to open up tickets for it. So
if it's a little bit later, don't hold us accountable. We're just doing what we can.
Yep. You can search FetLife for Kinktasia.
Snap Ginger is running it.
Ginger is help orchestrate and put on the rope performances and the demonstrations. So I know it's going to be an amazing night to watch rope that night as well.
She said that if you're interested in performing,
yes,
that there's a form.
There's an application process for anybody that wants to submit an application to perform there at Kinktasia. But be on the lookout for that. Check our website. We will have the links on our website on
and
how
pictures,
to find
pictures.
Yes,
they tell 1,000 words.
We will have all of our performers from this weekend. All of their pictures will be up on our website as well.
Yep.
I don't think we forgot anything. I don't think we left anything out. To the performers, again, amazing job. I hope we done half as good explaining
it
as what you all did performing it.
If not, at least we directed people your way so that they can come and find
check you out. So with that, you all have a great week. We look forward to seeing you again next weekend.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Please follow, like, and share our podcast.
Make sure to visit thedomlife.com, where you can find pictures and other details about the Dom Life podcast. And through the Contact Us button, you can ask questions or provide recommendations for future episodes.
We want to explore your kink too.
Be sure to check out upcoming events to see where our adventures are taking us and our photo gallery to where we've been.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you had fun listening and learning with us.
Till next time, keep calm and remember your safe word.
Red, red, red.